to make a video and explain the difference is in between life, physical life, life, soul life. Being in life, okay, being in the book of life, being in the book of life, then life, and then soul death, move versus Sheol, hell. Because Christians especially, but even Jews, they get this whole idea there's just life and death, and there's not. On earth, there is the Kayin, the seed soul, and then there's dead souls, which is muz, but a dead soul, okay, doesn't mean that soul is not going to go down and die and then come back in another lifetime, come back up. It doesn't mean dead, like dead. All right, it basically means a lot. It has to do with vitality. Now there's about 17 different things, words that are on that root. So I'm not going to go into that, but because this is important when it comes to Christianity and basically all religions per se, and then the fit between Christianity is very special in that it and Judaism lock together like one of those really complex wooden puzzles, and there's all those pieces. You get one piece and it's gonna lock it, right? Except for with Christianity and Judaism. In Judaism, is not the true thing. It's what's in the Torah down below, where people have to really search for it. But however, with Christianity, the same thing. What's really in the bottom of the Torah is what Christianity actually is, if you really dig deep into the original languages of the Christian Bible, the New Testament, whatnot. In other words, okay, Jehovah, the Father, is and Jesus Christ, the High Adam, are one and the same, except for they are not one and the same. They are united. The High Adam, Jesus Christ, had in him residing Yahweh. It's just like, when Christians say they have Jesus living in their heart. They're trying to copy that, or like, saying, well, Yahweh's living in Jesus, so, but it's not true, okay? Christians are, okay, and I was one most of my life, and not a very great one. I mean, in that I really, really, really know the scripture better than anybody else. And there's a reason for this. Because why did I study so much? Why was I so interested in my whole life? It's just because of who I am. And who I am is, I didn't know who I was until I was above 40 years old. And then it took me 10 plus years to get. I'm sitting there going, no. But no, that's what what I dig in there, and then it's written. It comes out to me that I am, in fact, Jesus Christ. I am the reincarnated. I'm the exact same soul that was in Jesus Christ. Okay. Now Christians are required to know, which they are required to not know, but they are required to recognize, which is more than knowing. So they're required to know, yes, because they're required to recognize. They are required to recognize immediately Jesus Christ when he returns. And the sign of the Son of Man, which is, what is the sign of the Son of Man? Simeon Tyrannus. His power's in the cloud. He's coming in the clouds. You want me to go up again where I was before? Blah, blah, blah. Okay. It is the same thing. It was the ID given to the High Adam, which is Jesus Christ, the high Adam, but he was taken from the high Adamah, from other people. It's just seeing that it's like it's Yehovah coming down and residing in a person. It's that one person is Yehovah on earth in a physical form. That doesn't mean he's a replacement, and no one can go above him, or no one can go above go above the high Adam on earth to Yehovah without passing through his door. He's just that's it. Okay, so let's think. Christians, for the most part, unless they have been Sheoled, which means they're scheduled for removal from earth, it's just they're not in the book of life. Not. Okay, I know Revelation says he's going to check in the book of life. Well, one is who's all going to go into heaven and they're going to sit there and listen to Jesus read a list. Say, if I didn't call your name, get out now. Come on. No. Anyway, you can prove all this to yourself. I mean, it's why I don't try to explain shit anymore. It's just like because after so long in decades, I'm just like, dude, and I've seen this for so long and read it, and it's like, okay, these people are just like, no, they're really either stupid, like not stupid, imbecilic, or they just are blinded because they are not meant to know. God has purposely blinded their eyes. So that's that for Christians. Now, because of this, I don't know. I'm talking about race, black, white, Asian, Hispanic, blah, blah, blah. Okay. It's so stupid. People, Jesus was black. Jesus was white. This, that. Okay, any person that say those kinds of things, okay, that is a person that does not understand Yehovah and the whole dynamic and system of how this interlocks together. Period. So Christians are required. I know, read the Gospels yourself. It's actually in there, Christian. You're required to recognize immediately Jesus Christ when he returns. And how are you going to recognize it? You think someone's going to float out of the cloud? Like, you ask somebody this, how are you going to recognize Jesus? They don't know, but they're required to recognize Jesus immediately. They're going to say, just say something, I'll just know when I see it. No, you won't. It's very specific, it's very exact, and there's no excuse for you even, you'll know, no, this exactly, that's it. So, Christians, okay, and I was getting to, like, Christianity, you gotta have to get out into the original language, but then when you get into it, you see, if you have dug down in the original languages in the Hebrew, because, they're the same, they're saying the same thing, but neither of them independently is saying the correct thing. They require each other, and you figure this out, and then then you can go back and you can look, and you go, oh, that is what it says. I came about this in a very long way because just really studying, and they were trying to do anything they could to keep me from digging and keep me from studying. It was just ridiculous around 2008, 9. I don't know, everyone Obama was president. So the point is that being in the book of life and being soul dead are two different things. Yes, life and death. However, if a person is soul dead, that doesn't mean they're soul dead, like they're going to hell. Hell's not a place. Hell's actually a condition, which means demand removal. Just, you're really a ding-dong if you think that God is going to allow a place for Satan to have any dominion whatsoever. And that's just contradicts the entire, that contradicts the first word of the Bible of Genesis and Bereshit. It really does. It even contradicts the first 7 verses, first 7 words even more. But I'm going to try to explain that. I'm just saying summarily who. That's that. And so, you know, that's that. So Christians, you're not in the book of life. You're being in the book of life it was given to the high Adam, which is Jesus Christ, which you will feel is interesting, is that, okay, part of that root in that word means of life. Okay, you're going to dig this. It means to be indebted to, or, okay. That's right. Oh, wow. Oh, yeah, these are, for all things are related to life. It's so freaking cool. Plurimus dives, uh, begin, enter, open, or move swiftly. See that which is not normally visible, present obscure, just being open, your mind being open, and being indebted to. Okay, well, why? So Jesus was indebted to what? Because he's the seed soul, right? It's like, I don't want to talk about Echad and Echad right now, but yeah. So, but really, it's not. He's in. It's really kind of the other way around. But it's neat. There's a thing there because this is my planet, and this is his. That's it. I mean, nobody else. You're not. So anyway, Christianity is really important. I mean, it really is. It's important. It's important as Judaism, as the Torah and the Tanakh, and uh, except for, no, actually not as important, but it with Christianity and the Bible, and you really dig down, you're without excuse for sure. With even in the Torah, you're without excuse, but in the Christianity, you're double without excuse. Like, you're a person. This is a person that just really has never. They just believe whatever's told them and doesn't really dig down. And they're going to trust their soul to what some guy says or woman or whatever that wears a suit on Sundays. Seriously, you're a sucker. A sucker. So the bottom line is, okay, Christians are required to recognize Jesus when he turns immediately, and that recognition is of this specific ID, which is throughout the New Testament. I'm sorry, and it's definitely in the first. It's definitely throughout the Torah and Tanakh, as this is a person that has a son that has he's the Ben Ha Elohim. He's well, no, the Ish Ha Elohim, the man who has a proven existence of the office of God, because Elohim is not in its office. Okay, Wyatt Sar, Elohim. Ha Adam min afar ha Adam min ha Adama. And then there's a few other words. So okay, that's just a whole thing to open up, and I can't make a video on any of this because it's way too complicated for a video. And now I know why the Lord does it this way, because, dude, you really have to, let's go. So that's the point, Christians. you're not saved. You're not in the book of life. Your souls may come back up in whatever, but unless you've been sheoled as a Christian, and let me say, if you're a Christian and you were Palestinian protester or anti-Israel or whatever, or even if you're a Jew who is go anti-Zionism or whatever, you're sheoled, dude. Not only not in the book of life, you're and not only dead, but you're dead, cursed, and sheoled. So the rest of your life on this earth is cursed. But after you're gone, souls no more. You're basically getting kicked. Jesus didn't come to save people. He came to kick people out of earth. Like the people are going to, it's like a process of production line, and lasers are all hitting these things as they're coming off the line, and one is just saying, ain't right, and they go, someone just blow it out. Shoots it out and gets melted back down or deleted or whatever, burn, whatever happens. Cool. So, yeah. Anyway, that's that. I had to get it off my chest because that way I won't think about it. I need to make a video about this, which I really don't know how I'm going to make a video about. Because when I start thinking about stuff to make the video, I'm like, oh my God, then I got to explain that, then that. Then it gets way too much, and people's brains just can't handle that much information at this point in history, man. Well, I guess they can. They just don't want to. People know. Yeah. Because really, I mean, they basically devote their whole life. They invested everything into this, and then it's like, oh, sorry. Now then they're going to argue with me, and then that becomes a Sheol thing. So, Revelations kind of makes it like, like Jesus is coming back. He's going to live in a palace. It's like, be famous. Whoa. Then that's not really what's going on with the high Adam and all the times I've been on this earth. And what actually the mission, what your mission as a soul on earth is. Everyone's. And mine. As Cecil. What of all the way the whole thing was created. And so anyway.